Hello teacher, my name is Nguyễn Trần and now I will start my 20% speaking test. So, do you work or a student? So currently I am a junior at Tôn Đức Thắng University, one of the most prestigious universities in Vietnam. At the moment, I am majoring in English language studies and I'm very proud to be the part of my universities. Have you made many friends on your course? The student community in Tôn Đức Thắng University is various. So I have many chances to meet and make friends with lots of people, especially for those who study in the same course with me. And most of them are supportive and warm-hearted as well. Let's talk about photography or taking photos. So do you like taking photographs and why? So when it comes to my hobbies, I must admit that taking photo is one of my favorite hobbies. You know why? Because Vietnam is a beautiful country, right? So when I have a chance to travel around Vietnam, I always try my best to take as much pictures as I can. Because the scenery was outstanding and breathtaking. So I believe that taking photos could help me to keep that memories and keep that the beauty of the nature in my phone. So that's why I love taking photos. So um, uh, so what is your favorite photograph and why do you like it? So speaking of my favorite photograph, I must say that this is the photo of myself when I took it on the top of Fancy Bang Mountain. Actually, I don't know why, but when I look at that photo, it just like it empowered me. Having a chance to conquer the roof of Indochina means a lot to me. So when I would felt shattered or exhausted, I would try my best to look back at that moment, look at back that photo, so it could give me the energies to recharge the batteries. So yeah, that is very meaningful to me. Okay, so now let's move on to talk about the weather. What kind of weather do you like? As a Vietnamese, but I'm really sorry to say that I'm not really a big fan of Vietnam weathers because most of the time is sweltering and it's hot. Yeah, I must say that I am a cold water person, so I love the crisp morning at the end of fall and the chill in the winter. So yeah, I'm really into cold weather. Part 2. Describe a time you remember when you had to make a long journey. In your 2 minutes, it started now. As I remember, it was the last Christmas when I had a chance to get back to my hometown, which is Hanoi. That trip I just went on myself. So I at the beginning I just planned to stay there for like 2 or 3 days to solve some of the family conflicts. But it's Christmas, right? And it's also the December. It's on the winter time in Hanoi, so the weather just got me immediately when I had just landed on the airport. That's why I decided to extend my trip like up to 7 days. So during that time, besides solving some of my personal problems, I had a lots of chances to visit some of the spot lines that I really immersed myself into those spots, and which is a very good way to learn something new about our country's histories. Beside that, I had a lot of opportunities to try many dishes in Hanoi. And as a food lover, I must admit that Hanoi cuisine is just amazing and phenomenal. I must say that that trip was such a great time, a quality time that I could do to unwind myself after a long, hectic schedule. And I would like to try it again if I have time in the future. So yeah, that's it for my part 2. Part 3. Let's consider local journeys that people make every day. What is the most common way for people to travel around your town or city? So when it comes to the way that we do to travel around the city or our towns, I believe that motorbike are the most popular one. As most people know that Vietnam is a country that is well known for motorbikes. So most Vietnamese they travel and commute by motorbikes because it is affordable, it's convenient, and it is also suitable for the toll system in Vietnam. Uh, do you think the way that people travel around your city will change in the future? I do believe that the way that people commute or travel around the city will change in the future due to the development of the new transport station system in Vietnam. As I could see, there are so many updating in the transport station system, like we have electric bus, and also we also have the MRT. So I hope that in the future those style of transportations would be more common. So it would make it easier for Vietnamese to access to those ties. So they could save money, save time, and it is also environmental friendly. I hope that it would be more common, so make it easier for Vietnamese to access to it. So let's consider long distance journeys that people often have to make in your country. What kind of transport do people usually use to travel long distances? When most of the time Vietnamese people travel around the town or city by motorbike. However, if they want to travel like further, they would I believe that bus or car is their priorities. Because you know why? Carpooling in Vietnam is very popular. If you want to travel from one place to another place, you just need to buy one ticket, and it just costs you around $5 to $10 only. And so by doing that, they can save time, and it could save a lot of money as well because they don't have to spend a lot on the fuel fees or the toll fees. So bus or car are very popular when they want to travel to a place that is not nearby. How is the type of transport that people use today different from when your parents were young? At the past, most of the transport station types had no engine. Like we mostly use our strength, our energy to make it move. However, at the moment we have the engine, we have the fuels, we have the gasoline, so we don't need to spend a lot of energy on it or use a lot of strength for it to make it move. So I believe this is the biggest differences between these two types of the transport in the past and the transportations in the present. Let's consider some environmental issues related to traveling. In what ways can the journey be harmful to the environment? Environmental problems always the biggest questions on Earth, and I believe that tourism do have a negative impact on it. Hawaii is one of the most popular destinations for tourists, right? However, at the moment, many native Hawaiians they are begging for tourists not to come to their states anymore due to some environmental problems. The states tend to cut down trees to build more resorts and facilities for the tourists, and the water resources are also threatened due to the overconsumption of the tourists. So I think it would be better if they could balance between the sustainability of the citizens and the benefits of the tourist. What role can the government play in helping to reduce pollution caused by private transport? To reduce the pollution level, I believe that government plays a very crucial role in it. They could launch a law to prohibit the time when people need to use public transportation instead of their private transport. And in addition, they could impose a fine on those who break the laws. So by doing that, they could encourage people not to use private transport, and by doing that, they could lower the rate of the pollution level. And that is the end of my speaking test for 20%. So thank you for listening, teacher.